Namaste, this is Rupi Raja and today I will give the NFO review for DSP Silver ETF Fund of Fund. Talking about the DSP Silver ETF FOF fund, the launch date is 28th April 2025 and the end date is 9th April 2025 and the allotment date is 15th April 2025. There will be no exit load if you redeem or switch your funds, and the scheme performance aims to generate returns that closely mirror the performance of physical silver in domestic prices, benchmark against the domestic price of physical silver based on the London Bullion Market Association LBMA silver daily spot fixing price. So in a way it invests in physical silver. Talking about what is a NFO, NFO stands for New Fund Offering, and a new fund offer is the first time an investment firm offers a new mutual fund to its investor. It is just like an initial public offering, but it is for mutual funds. FOF stands for Fund of Funds, and it is a fund that invests in other mutual funds. And in this case, this mutual fund will invest in DSP Silver ETF. Talking about what is a mutual fund is a financial vehicle that pools money from many investors to invest in a diversified portfolio of securities such as stocks, bonds, and other assets. Investors buy unit or net asset value units in this mutual fund, becoming partial owners of all its holdings, and a professional fund manages it on your behalf, and a expense ratio is charged for it. Talking about this benchmark will mirror the physical silver price, and silver is the brother of gold and it is a real asset. The price of silver is expected to go from currently $32.5 per ounce to $50 per ounce. In other words, the price will rise from currently 96,000 rupees per kg to 150,000 rupees per kg. And if you go through the demand for silver for last few years, there has been a deficit of close to 200 million ounces of silver for the past 3 years, and the markets will definitely realize this. Talking about the gold to silver ratio, see, there is a term called as gold to silver ratio, and behaves in a cyclical manner. That is, for some time it will be in a certain value range, then it will rise, then it will fall, then it will rise, then it will fall, then it will rise, and then it will fall, then it will rise, and then it will fall. So if you see here, if you see the historic chart currently, this green line shows here that silver outperforms gold, and again it outperformed gold, but after March 11 the gold outperformed silver. And if you see currently also, the price of gold has given a return of 60% in the last 1 year. So this gold to silver ratio tracks the prices of gold and silver metals relative to each other, and can indicate whether one is potentially cheaper or more expensive than usual to the other. So if you see over here, the ratio of gold to silver is highest, so the silver is very undervalued compared to gold. I feel that yes, even though gold can outperform for the short period, eventually silver also has to catch up to gold, and so silver is expected to give more return than gold. The fund manager of this silver ETF FOF fund is Anil Ghelani, and he is the head of passive investments and products, and Dipesh Shah with Ravi Ghelani overseeing the underlying DSP silver ETF. This silver fund reopens for continuous sale and repurchase on May 9, 2025, and the 10-year CAGR of silver has been 7.4% versus 13.1% CAGR of Nifty 50 index. The DSP silver ETF gave a return of 23.6 CAGR in the last 2 years 7 months. Even though the 10-year CAGR of silver has not been good, I feel that in the next 5 to 10 years this silver is expected to outperform even gold. Talking about asset allocation, 95 to 100% will be invested in the units of DSP Silver ETF, and 0 to 5% will be invested in cash and cash equivalents to manage liquidity and redemptions. For example, the 0 to 5% of the portfolio will be invested in TREPS, treasury bills, government securities with residual maturity of less than 91 days. Talking about ETF stands for Exchange Traded Funds, and it is a derivative that derives its value from physical silver. Talking about the tax implications, short term capital gains is applicable for holding less than 3 years, wherein the gains are treated as short term and taxed according to the investor's tax bracket. So assume that if you have an income tax slab rate of 30%, so if you book your profits before 3 years, the income tax slab rate will be applicable if the time period of holding this silver fund is less than 3 years. For holdings of 3 years or more, the gains are taxed at a flat rate of 20% after accounting for indexation benefits, which effectively lowers the taxable income. There is also a third option of the mutual fund, wherein it is called as the IDCW option, wherein this mutual fund in IDCW option will give dividends, and if dividends if chosen are taxed as per the investor's income tax slab with tax deductible at source applicable on payouts exceeding 5,000 rupees annually. And this IDCW option stands for income distribution cum capital withdrawal. And IDCW refers to a mutual fund option wherein a portion of the fund's profit, including dividends and capital gains, is distributed to investors at regular intervals. Additionally, dividend income is taxed as per investors' applicable tax slab, and a 10% TDS may be deducted for dividend income exceeding 5,000 rupees in a financial year. You should get a good mutual fund advisor. If you don't know any good mutual fund advisor, you can type your queries in the comment section and I will help you clear your queries. Talking about who should invest in this mutual fund NFO, if you don't have any exposure to physical silver or physical gold, you should definitely apply to this NFO. If you have exposure to gold in any form, be it sovereign gold bonds or be it physical gold or be it ETFs with a exposure of less than 20% of your total portfolio, then you should definitely allocate 5 to 10% of your total portfolio to this silver mutual fund. If you have exposure to gold with a percentage of more than 20%, then also you should sell that gold so that it becomes part of 20%. Or in your case, it could be possible that the ideal percentage of exposure to gold should be whatever your age is divided by 2. That percentage should be your exposure to gold. For example, if your age is 50, then 50 divided by 2 becomes 25. So you should have 25% exposure of your total portfolio to gold. And if you see that if you have more than 25% of your total portfolio invested in gold, then you should sell some of that gold so that the total exposure of the portfolio to gold becomes 25, and the rest cash generated should be invested in silver. In this case, it can be invested in this NFO. So in my opinion, I will go and buy physical silver. If you don't like this option, then I will go and invest in this NFO or mutual fund. If I was not young, I will still go forward and invest in a gold mutual fund, and this mutual fund with a allocation of 50-50%. Currently, in this high inflation environment, it is a must for a retail investor to allocate considerable amount of his portfolio to real assets like silver and gold. Talking about the suitability for different investor types, if you're a conservative investor, definitely yes, you should invest in this silver NFO. If given the fact that if you don't have any exposure to silver, if you're a balanced investor, then also you should apply for this NFO. If you don't have any exposure to silver, if you're an aggressive investor, then also you should invest in this NFO, because I have already told that the price of gold will go from $30 per ounce to $50 per ounce. If you are a goal oriented investor, you can give it a skip, because the price of silver to reach the expected target can vary. If you're a passive investor, then also you should invest in silver. And for that, to know about how much you should invest in silver, you can allocate the whatever your age is divided by 2% to gold plus silver. Talking about active investors and young investors, yes, you should definitely trade in it, and you can know that price targets that I have already given. If you're a diversified investor and you have allocated good percentage to gold, large cap, mid cap and small cap, then also you should think about buying silver. If you're a speculative investor and you want to invest in a short duration, then also you should buy silver and wait till the international price of silver becomes $50 per ounce. If you want to read about the scheme details, I have attached them in the description of this video. So that's a wrap on today's NFO dive. We have crunched the numbers, dissected the story, and now it's your turn. What do you think? Drop your thoughts below, hit that subscribe button